Returning to Source, Class 8, Crisis of Leisure and Savoring Life. Hello, I'm Jim Morningstar, your guide through this 9-class journey of returning to Source. The 8th in our class series is entitled Crisis of Leisure and Savoring Life. Insights from the 8th or experientialistic level of the spiral dynamics model will help us prepare for exploring stages of consciousness on the cutting edge of human evolution. The second being or experientialistic level and the relevance this has to how we can emerge from the crisis of leisure to savoring the ever-expanding marvels of existence. Second being level, experientialistic existence. Little is known about the transition to the 8th level of existence. Enough of the individual's life energies must be freed from neurotic survival attachments to their own ideas and devices in order to experience a more direct communion with being. An environment that sustains the individual, yet aids in breaking down mental sets acquired in the subsistence state, helps promote the transition. Meditation and mindfulness are used by some to help de-identify from subsistence sets. Through these methods and others aimed at confronting one's attachment to subsistence identification, these identifications can often be released for brief periods. Unless individuals' internal and external environments are clear enough to maintain a steady state of being consciousness, however, they soon revert to old patterns. Individuals at a higher level, some mystics and shamans, are reputed to be able to facilitate the growth of others through direct conscious contact, requiring no words or thoughts. This seems to entail a conscious act of opening up and letting the fullness of being flow through them to another who they perceive as ready to receive the experience. Having freed potential for growth and direct new perspectives and insight into restoring a disturbed universe, humans reach the stage where they truly realize that there's much they'll never know about existence. They come to accept the reality of an ever-broadening realms of consciousness and forsake the task of knowing life in a strictly intellectual way. They enter a new form of existence in which the major value is not one of problem solving, but one of expanding consciousness. Their values are experientialistic, and their goal is one of communion with the fullness of being. 8th level individuals seek to increase their consciousness through opening themselves to the continual flow of being. They're not primarily concerned with manipulation of being as experienced in subsistence levels, but rather by manifesting authentic self, striving to become a vehicle through which others can overcome exclusive identification with lower system life. There's a complete transformation of human physiology at this level of existence, characterized by a marked decrease in the autonomic indices of continual vigilance, readiness for fight or flight, that is, a lowering of blood pressure, increase in skin resistance, and so on. This is associated with a state of relative organismic security and lessening of everyday anxiety. The type of thinking at this level is called differentialistic. The individual is open to the totality of each experience and is not made anxious by seeming contradictions. They're all assimilated into the gradual unfolding of the universe of which they are a part. The more they manifest being in each experience, the more they increase the consciousness of the universe. Everything, then, is a potential learning experience when human consciousness is allowed to merge with it, when the exchange of consciousness is mutual and complete. There is a consequent increase in the energies of both. Therapy at this level could be defined as any process that aids the individual to remain open to the flow of being. This includes subjecting any and all body and mental barriers to the witnessing of consciousness, many of which could entail pain and suffering because of their deeply rooted nature. Another conscious, open individual may help by receiving the experiences of a person trying to overcome barriers. The more conscious the facilitators, the more willing and able they are to expand the consciousness of the other, because they've gone through those areas and no longer need to defend themselves and others from them. This process is directed toward the eradication of all identification with static identities or roles. This is living more consistently with holistic vision. Breathwork provides the opportunities for clients to explore being in innumerable non-ordinary ways. One of Stan Grof's categories of these experiences that have happened cross-culturally by breathwork clients, the energies of both the helper and the receiver are increased, and the total consciousness of the universe is expanded as we all return to Source. Part of the spirit that holds this course together is the faith that this is what we're all about. Holding you in my heart as fellow travelers on the road home, I send and receive blessings for our circle and all sentient beings till next class. Blessings in light and love.